Okay, so this video is going to deal solely with blending two exposures in Photoshop using Apply Image. I've done a couple of videos on this in the past, and I'm going to make this very quick and concise. So I have two exposures here, one for my sky, one for my foreground. Now, if there's a lot of movement between the frames, so let's say you took photos on a drone on a windy day, or if you moved your camera in between frames, then you might need to go up here to edit and auto align layers. So you have to select the two of them, go up to edit and auto align layers. I haven't had to do that, thankfully, so I'm all good. So I usually put my sky on top of my foreground on the bottom. So you can see I've exposed for my foreground, and then I took a separate exposure exposing for my sky. Two exposures, nice and easy. So make your top layer invisible, aka your sky. Put a white layer mask over it. So this is your layer mask button down here. Make sure the layer mask is selected, not the sky, the layer mask. Then go up to image and apply image. Make sure all your settings are the same as mine here and click OK. Now you see we are going to blend our two exposures. So Photoshop has blended two exposures for us. However, it has selected too general a mask, i.e. we've lost contrast in the foreground here. If I toggle this, so if I zoom in slightly here now and just keep an eye on the path, if I toggle that on and off, you can see I've lost a lot of light on my pathway and on the house below. So how can we solve that? The quick, easy and dirty way to do it is make sure your layer mask is selected, swap to a black foreground color because we have a white mask, so the opposite is black conceals, white reveals. Okay, and paint out the exposure. So you can see I'm painting out exposure underneath. All right, really easy, quick way to do it, and for something as simple as this, it looks quite good. Okay, if you have a bit more of a complex blend, then I'll show you a more complex way to do it. So if you are happy with that right there, and you think fair enough, I want to go away and practice, then happy to stop the video right now. For those of you that want to learn a bit more about how luminosity masks work, keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to start again. Top layer invisible, white mask. Make sure the mask is selected. Go up to image and apply image. Click OK. Now, for luminosity mask to work, Photoshop selects everything from grey to white in the photograph. Okay, now you're probably saying to me, well, Sean, that's a color image. Well, if I hold Alt or Option and I click on my layer mask, it'll transfer it to black and white. And now we can see why Photoshop selected our foreground, because an awful lot of it was light grey to white. So if we hold Control and L or Command and L, I'll open up a level layer here. And you can see sky mask is selected. So basically, Photoshop created a sky mask, okay? But its mask was too general. So if I drag this slider along here, now hopefully it's only going to select the areas we want. Now sometimes it'll probably still select this part here because it's a light gray color. Click OK, click your image, and now we've got a bit more of a targeted mask. Okay, so a bit more targeted. As I say, it's only after selecting the sky and parts of the foreground. I'm still going to paint out any little bits of light that might have escaped, like that. I'm going to reduce the opacity here, and I'm going to paint just along the ridge line there. I like that light that's coming in. Okay, as you can see, there's our two exposures blended nice and evenly. Looks natural, way better than HDR. And yeah, that's how you blend two exposures using Apply Image in Photoshop.